A new report says the city needs to spend big money every year to properly maintain municipal assets. Good evening and thank you for joining us. The City of Thunder Bay is operating with a nearly $32 million annual infrastructure deficit.
That's the highlight of the asset management plan, which is set to be discussed by City Council on Monday. Vasilio Spells is following this story. And Vasilio, what's the biggest contributor to the deficit?
Riley, it's actually transportation that accounts for nearly half of that shortfall. That includes things like roads, bridges, and sidewalks. Essentially, the deficit means the city needs to be spending $32 million more each year just to keep current infrastructure in proper condition. The cost of maintaining and replacing some of the city's most important assets.
Replacement costs have increased quite substantially over the last few years.
The second phase of Thunder Bay's asset management plan will be presented to City Council on Monday, outlining the condition of city assets and the costs associated. The report estimates a $32 million infrastructure deficit, meaning the city should be spending that much more annually just to keep infrastructure in its current condition. The largest contributor to the deficit is in transportation, which runs with an annual shortfall of $15 million. Transportation includes roads, sidewalks, and bridges. Project manager Amy Coombs talks about why maintaining this area is a challenge.
We have a lot of climate change considerations with our roads infrastructure as they, have stormwater going over them and things like that. So yes, we do have a very large infrastructure deficit for our roads, and that's typically what we see across the country.
Looking at city facilities, which comes with an estimated $6 million deficit. In that category is the police headquarters, which is rated in poor condition. Replacement for the HQ was recently estimated to cost north of $50 million. Fleet and machinery, including city-owned vehicles, is also operating at a nearly $3 million deficit. Coombs says the city does recognize the infrastructure gap and says the timing of the investments will be crucial moving forward.
Extend their life. So once an asset reaches a poor or very poor condition, there's not a whole lot we can do to bring that back up to that good condition. Whereas if it's in a good or fair condition, we can invest a little bit of money to really extend the life of that asset.
Wastewater and drinking water are the two categories of assets not operating in a deficit. If approved on Monday, staff will welcome public feedback on the asset management plan to fuel decisions moving forward. Vasilio Spellos, TBT News.